Hi, Fashion Dolls. It is Wednesday, September 24th, and welcome to an all new episode of Style by Stevie. My very special guest today was on the First Wives Club with my girl, Jill Scott, and we love Jill Scott here, okay? So I'm super excited to have my very special guest. She is an actress, she is an activist, she is a writer, and I'm super honored and excited to have her here. And I hope you guys all are doing as awesome as I am. Shout outs to my brother K Tukes. Make sure you guys please go and check out and subscribe to the K Tukes spot. I hope y'all are loving today's look. I like it. It's different. I'm giving Barbie tees over here. So let me share this live with my beautiful, very special guest so that we can begin this conversation. This Wednesday. I hope you all are doing as fabulous as I am feeling. Shout outs to Pure Lux. Hi, Ener. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Dollhouse. Make sure that you all share the live with at least 20 people so that we can get some new faces in here in the audience. Share and let them know. We're going to get into some things in this girl talk just like yesterday we had with Nikki Taylor. Make sure you guys go and check that girl talk out. It was pretty good. So without further ado, let's welcome my extremely beautiful, talented special guest, Brittany Manyweather, here to the Dollhouse. Yep, and I'm probably going to have to go through and search like I'm putting in something. Yeah, because I don't see. Oh, I don't see her. That's crazy. Give me one sec, y'all. I'm having to search to. Yeah, I don't see. That is crazy. Yeah, because I can't see you in my search, Britt. That's crazy. Give me one sec. She's here. Okay. So, y'all, bear with me. Hopefully, it works today. Hopefully, it works.
Through? Am I coming through?
Yes, you're coming through.
Can you hear me?
Welcome.
Yes.
Yes,
Thank you for
I can hear
having
you and see
me.
you. Welcome to the
Yes,
Dollhouse,
ma'am.
beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm happy to be here. I'm glad we got to do it.
Yes, such a pleasure to have you here.
Mhm.
So, before we kick off this interview, how has
Mhm.
2025 been for you so far?
2025 for me has been a roller coaster. Highs and lows, I'm sure as we all have had. The world is crashing around us, but we are keeping our head up and our heads high. And Black women have persevered before now, and we will and shall again.
And I'm gonna say this before we kick off our girl talk. 92%. That's all I'm saying.
Come on. We did our part. Okay.
And and to any
Hey.
other black woman, when I give a nod and say 92%, we know what that means.
Yes, absolutely.
But how have you been maintaining your peace with all of the chaos that's going on? And as you said, it's been an attack, an onslaught on us as African American women, and it's just nonstop. From we're
Oh my
seeing with Jasmine
goodness.
Crockett, 300,000 black women unemployed, lost their jobs, and that was
Absolutely.
unnecessary. It didn't need to happen. We're being forced out of positions where we are
Hmm.
doing what we're supposed to be doing. And
Hmm.
because of the color of our skin, we're being pushed out of these positions. Other than that, with all of this chaos going on, how are you
Hmm.
managing, girl?
The Malcolm X quote, and don't let me misquote, but he says the most undervalued and underprotected person in America is the Black woman. He said that in the 60s, and here we are in 2025, and we literally saw it with the election, with this candidate coming forward and being clearly the right choice and being demeaned and losing, and the world around us just crumbling at our feet. But you know what, Miss Stevie, we are the ones who will pick it back up. And that's the thing. Like, it's always like, oh, the white woman has to be so strong. The Black woman has to be, the rock. She has to be the one that's stable. Well, yeah, we do. Because the entire country was built on our backs, literally. It's
And
why
it's
I'm so
not by
light
choice.
skinned.
And
Right.
it's not by choice. It's
It's
by
not by
force. It's
choice.
by nature.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because both my parents, I always just tell people when I was little, I was just light skin, light skin. So what does that tell you about what was happening to women, to us, generations back?
My God. Yeah.
Literally built off our backs. So I have a 5-year-old daughter, focusing on raising her to be a good person in this world, focused on making sure that she can be the best she can be, that she knows how to treat people right. Because I believe now, as Whitney Houston would say, the children are the future. And we just
Yes.
need some of our Caucasian brothers and sisters to raise their children in
Say that
in
loud
a
enough
way.
for the ones in the back because they seem to think it
Yes,
was us that had something to do with what was going on in Utah.
please, please. Saw a stat the other day about how like 55 to 65% of rapists, um, mass shooters, have child pornography in their possession are all white men. Who knew? We did. We did. So, excuse me, hopefully, they're just raising their children to be better people. Some of them, lots of them, because, they still in charge somehow.
Yeah. They got the House, they got the Senate, he's got the court, he's got everything.
He's got
And
everybody.
and it's in his back pocket. So the deck
Mm-hmm.
is stacked in his favor. He can do whatever he pleases,
Absolutely.
go after he pleases. We just shut down Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel's back and he is spiraling. Brittany girl, when I tell you I love it so much,
He's
watching this
spiraling
fool
today.
spiral. Yeah, he's spiraling. You know he got on Truth Social.
Oh, thank you so much. Cause see, I worked today, but last night I stayed up. I go to bed early. I stayed up to watch Jimmy Kimmel to give him my ratings because I said if they're gonna take down this straight white man, what they gonna do to the rest of us? I need him to get back on the air ASAP. So I was very pleased. So I can't wait to go see what old boy did on Social. I love how you called it.
Oh yeah, he gets on there and he rants. Michael Cohen, who worked alongside Donald Trump, uh, just did a video a few minutes ago talking about how he's spiraling. And then if you guys follow Tennessee Brando, shout outs to Tennessee Brando, he just did a
Mm-hmm.
video on as well too. Now let's talk about this FCC commissioner,
Oh,
the one that's in charge of the FCC. If you're
absolutely.
thinking that you're going to censor black voices, you have another
Mm-hmm.
thing coming. We are
Mm-hmm.
not our ancestors.
Mm-mm.
The same
Mm-mm.
way you're crushing dissent right now, and you have people pushing back at a very high rate saying, no, we're not going to go for this. We're not
No.
doing this.
Mm-mm. We're
Black
not.
people, especially black media outlets, you're targeting universities, as we see in the video clip today,
That's
with
right.
them
Of the MAGA
showing
guys
up.
at the HBCUs. Excuse me, unwelcomed. And then the defunding of the HBCU, the taking away the federal funding. But you think if you press on us harder, we're gonna take over. And that's what happened. I think that's why we dealing with this administration now is because they thought we got too big for our britches. We got the Obamas in the house, it's my personal opinion. And will always be my first family. And they can't take it. They can't take that we rose to the occasion. But what they do not realize is we will rise again because it's what
Absolutely.
we
And they're
do.
afraid of us becoming the majority. So that's why
Oh,
they're doing what they're doing with the when the first part of his regime started, because I don't call it an
mm-hmm.
administration, this is a regime. This
Mm-mm.
is straight up
Come on. I like
dictatorship. This is
regime. Yes.
fascism right here.
Mm-hmm.
What did he say? It's
Absolutely.
a DEI. What did he
Authoritarianism.
say about her?
Yeah.
Uh
Oh.
she's a DEI hire. Then what does that make the guy that's over the Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth?
Mm-mm.
What does that make him?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Just allowed to say whatever. And the hypocrisy. See, the hypocrisy is appalling. Um, I think back on this week, and we all have heard Charlie Kirk's name for 10 days. And I personally had not heard of him before this week. And we never wish death on anyone, right? Never,
No.
maybe the pedophiles in prison, maybe them. But that, that's just my own personal. Like, they can go on get beat up. Um, so that young man should not have died in that way. But we had
No.
the senator, was it in Minnesota, the Democratic senator that was killed with her husband and her dog, and there was not the same outrage for even a public servant.
Melissa
There was
Hortman.
not this
Not even in the blink of an eye, girl. Like they didn't say anything about it.
anything. You had the children that passed at the Catholic Church when the man shot through the window. So now the guns are powerful enough that we have these safety measures in place in school. I mean, I worry about my daughter daily. We have these safety measures in school, but now the guns can just shoot through the window, and nothing was said. But this young man, because he's on your side, his death matters so much more than any of these other lives lost to gun violence. It's just such strong hypocrisy. And then going back to Jimmy Kimmel, you're going to take him off the air for saying things that are insensitive. Our regime, the head of our regime, I'm using your term, has said some of the most insensitive statements that a leader of the free world that we are supposed to be could ever utter out of his mouth. Continuously, all the time.
And speaking of the free world, I'm pretty sure
Mhm.
you've seen the post with from uh Miss Looney Tunes. Let's just call it that because she ain't getting no airtime over here. Laura Loomer.
Oh,
Calling Jasmine Crockett ghetto. Brittany, and I think for both of us as black women, we know that there are two things that we get labeled as, and that is
absolutely.
ghetto
Hmm.
or angry.
Oh,
And that trope of the angry
woo.
black woman
Yes.
or ghetto, we know the
Hmm.
connotation because we're outspoken, because we're vocal, because we're
Hmm.
saying we have boundaries, as my guest Nikki said yesterday. And I
Hmm.
asked her, I said, what can black women do? And she said these.
Hmm.
I had to see the conversation, the girl talked from yesterday.
Please.
My lineup was going to be all women, minus Eric. Eric, he's going to be joining me. He was the only guy in this lineup, but my lineup for this week was going to be all
Yeah.
women. But labeling a black woman ghetto,
Yes.
there's a racial context to that
Absolutely. Absolutely.
as to where we grew up because not all black women, we're not a monolith.
No.
One woman's story is different than the next woman's story. And
Hmm.
then you said, I need to be quiet before I get a cap busted in me from Shanquisha. She came up with some sort of name like Flora.
The disrespect and the allowance of the disrespect, it is so blatant. I love that we have, to turn on his head, I love that we have reclaimed that term. I like to call myself bouge ghetto.
Yes,
Um, but let a white woman would. And then we gonna have a problem. And then out of my all my 30 something years of life, my mama gonna have to bail me out of jail. I just know she is. I'm just proud of Jasmine Crockett for keeping it together. Cause I'm gonna lose my mind. I have worn out of patience on the people. I've worn out of
same here,
patience.
girl.
You cannot speak to us. You cannot demonize us. You can, because you want to be us. Let's call it all that plastic surgery y'all get done, all that hair y'all be adding.
Culture,
You want to be
culture.
us.
Black women, we are the culture. We are the black people as a collective. We are the innovators. And you want
Absolutely.
our jazz, but you don't want our blues. The
No.
triumphs of
Oh, I
being
love
black
that.
women,
Yes.
y'all have to understand. Y'all have
Hmm.
privilege. Y'all have the complexion for the protection. We've
Hmm.
had to do what? What do they always tell black people and black women all the time? Pull
Twice
yourselves
as
up by
good.
the
Oh,
bootstraps.
yeah. You got to be twice as good as everybody else to get half as far.
And you
It's just
face some
appalling.
sort of sexism in the business. Did you see how he disrespected these
Oh,
black female journalists? You and then Nancy Mace from my city of South Carolina, because I'm from South Carolina here.
Me too.
Did you see how you too?
I'm too. I'm from
So you know
South Carolina.
about Nancy Mace. Girl, please tell me you saw the hearing where she
No,
told Mayor Muriel Bowser to be quiet.
nope, no. Because I
You
refuse.
don't ever tell her that's dangerous right there. You don't ever tell a black woman to shut up because that's what they want us to do. They want us
Yeah,
to shut up. We're not
yeah.
going to shut up.
No. We're going to be loud. We're going to be proud. We always have been. Um, you know, MLK, Malcolm X, Medgar Evers, these men, were the faces during the civil rights movement. I'm forgetting people, Clayton Powell, other people like that. But I found out recently, Stevie, that black business owning women were funding the civil rights movement. They
Yeah.
knew that the men had to lead us optics wise in the front, but we have always been behind our fight and our struggle. And now we don't have to sit by. Now we can serve in Congress. Now we should serve in Congress. Now we should, run for president many more times. Now, do I think that we need to run soon? No, no. I don't think any one of us need to run anytime soon.
Because this man
But
does not plan on leaving. He's
no,
already got 2028 merch rolled out. He's already attacking people who push back. It's mainly Gavin Newsom who he's afraid of, who he keeps
yes,
going after and attacking because he's doing
because
the same thing. It's not fun when the rabbits got the gun, is it?
yeah.
They're doing
Oh,
the same exact thing that you're doing. Y'all
mm-hmm.
decided to redistrict seats to move out black congressmen and women in black
Absolutely.
districts. And they've
Did
been
they get it passed in
gerrymandering
California?
for
Did they get
decades.
it passed in California? Did they
Yep.
do it in California?
Gavin
It got
Newsom signed it,
passed?
girl. He
Good,
he passed it. He signed it.
good. Do it.
It's on his
We
page. He
have
posted
to.
it. He said, I'm gonna go. He said, all right, checkmate. You want to play these games? Let's play. Now he's
Absolutely.
talking about redistricting 100 seats and
Better.
gerrymandering.
Please.
Donald Trump, not Gavin Newsom. Donald
Not
Trump is
Gavin Newsom. Wouldn't this is when I need my Democrats. Call out to any
oh, Gavin
Democrats.
don't play. He can get in the
Y'all,
mud.
y'all got to fight fire with fire. This playing
Kamala
politics
said
and
it too.
nice, we got to let that go. We need to fight fire with fire. I've never seen such a blatant and obvious attack, and then people during the last campaign were like, "Oh, no big deal. Oh, they're just talking." Oh, so what do those people think now? I don't know.
They
And
didn't
see,
think
because
that Project 2025 was real.
no,
Black
they didn't.
women have been on the front lines warning you. And I was watching, I have to send you the link to Joy Reid's show. She just sat down with Kamala, and Kamala's promoting her book.
Mm-hmm.
And Joy was asking her some questions like black women, Joy told her, like black women, we were enraged that
Yeah.
she didn't win. We went out here
Mm-hmm.
and we did all this campaigning for her. We went out here convincing people to vote, especially
Absolutely.
the men in our lives, because men don't, some men still have the mindset of, I don't want a woman running this country. She's not
Absolutely.
controlling you. She's trying to get
Absolutely.
better for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I love the meme that was going around during the election is Kamala will protect your right to disagree with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because look at what's happening. But we won't be silent and we won't sit down. And we'll keep
And
standing
not
up and we'll keep being
shut up
informed the next
either.
generation. Huh?
And said and not shut up either because that's what they tried to do to the Fed chair, Lisa Cook. Like
Mm.
you fired this woman who's giving people the data, who's giving people the stats.
I know. I think to employ and to appoint a loyalist. But you can't do that. And they stopped, that court stopped her. And I stopped him from doing that. And I'm very happy. And I just wonder where all the checks and balances are. But another thing that happened, I don't know if I'm sure you know and remember this. Remember how they wouldn't approve Merrick Garland during Obama's whole last year of in office? They said no sitting president has ever had a Supreme Court nominee the last year. When RBG died, Trump had already lost, and they appointed old girl in her seat after he had lost.
Amy Coney Barrett. Yep.
Again, hypocrisy, hypocrisy, hypocrisy. I can't get over the, it gets me. I avoid the news, but it'll find me because I want to be educated. I just don't watch it at night on the local station.
Girl, and that's another thing. He's trying to control the media. Like you want state ran media. That's what fascists do in other countries.
Yes. Yes. We should have complete free press, complete free media, complete free speech. We've always had that. That's in the definition of the founding of our country. I, because they're scared. Because they know that, like, if people knew the truth or they accepted the truth, then they would no longer be in power. And just like coming out and condemning pregnant women yesterday for taking Tylenol, so now you're attacking reproductive health again. For what reason? Clicks? Couldn't even say acetaminophen. Like, what is the point? What is the point? And it's just heartbreaking because a lot of people believe it. A lot of people
And
believe
I'm
it.
so glad you mentioned pregnant women because two African American women died in Georgia from not getting the life saving care that they need. Adriana Smith and Amber Nicole Thurman. And this is because he said he's the godfather of IVF. He's the champion for IVF. It is a Trump wide abortion ban nationwide. So women
Nationwide.
in red and blue states, and we know that African American women, Black women,
High risk.
have the highest maternal mortality rate there is.
Absolutely. 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 I've had two pregnancy losses,
God,
wanted pregnancies, and they had to write on my form so that I would be approved for the procedures. I just wonder, when will the attack stop and what is next? Because you come after our children, you won't do anything about the guns. You don't want our children to be vaccinated. And I understand people have their things with vaccines, but we don't over here. We believe in the measles vaccine because we had measles, and most of the time we don't. And so you want to kill us all, clearly, because what is the point? What is the point?
they don't want us
And
to have
all of their
universal.
children have access to everything and have access to abortions. If a red state Republican's daughter gonna need to take care of a situation, that she will be absolutely fine.
And they're profiting. All of this that they're doing with the American people's tax-paying dollars, that's going towards him and his family.
Mm-hmm.
They have benefited. The two-thirds of his presidency, well, dictatorship, have
Mm.
been spent golfing. That's $52 million of our hard-earned tax-paying dollars for him to go play golf. 90 million on this big gaudy grand ballroom that he's building in the
Oh,
White House.
coming off the White House.
The
Awful.
patio furniture, you going over Jackie Kennedy's Rose Garden.
This is the disrespect to what they consider so American. But the people that support, we I heard this once, people that support him only support because he hates the same people they hate, or he at
That
least
he
speaks it
hates.
out loud.
Exactly.
They don't really care about the other stuff. It's just such deep rooted human hate. And I just don't have enough hate in my body that all y'all must have to do this.
And even when the first part of his regime started, they wanted us to come out to the streets and protest. Black people were like,
Hmm.
and I'm pretty sure you've seen the picture that Charles Blow posted of black people sitting there eating their food, looking through the window at y'all protesting. It's time for y'all to do the work. 400 years of this, we have encountered this, and now you're tapping on our doors. You're wanting us to come help. When we warned you that
We
everything,
told you.
even Kamala warned you that everything that
Hmm.
he would do, he is doing currently right now.
And more. And we stomped our organization I worked with. We during 2020 we had a 2,000 attendee artist march where we marched downtown Atlanta because we marched for George Floyd, and we also marched for the inequities in our own theater community in town. And we
Yeah.
spoke about that. We had a small service. We did the work. We did the work. And I'm gonna have a seat. Y'all got it. They got it. They got it.
This is what y'all voted for. And y'all want, what do you want black people to do? Because we know as soon as a massive crowd of black people, we
Oh,
know what
forget
happened
about it.
during Red Summer. We know what happened with the four little girls. And that, the anniversary of these four little girls in the church,
We know what's
we
happening
just
right
remember
now.
these four little girls.
For a little, absolutely. We know what's happening right now when the National Guard is being deployed in predominantly black cities.
And there is no crime.
No
So
crime.
what did he call Chicago? He called Chicago a war zone.
Hmm.
And every time he does it, it's $1 million a day. Every time he deploys those troops, they're just picking up trash. Where's the crime? The crime is coming from 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. That's where the
Hmm.
crime is coming from. The crime
Hmm.
is coming from the most corrupt court in the land, except for the three on the court, and that is the
Hmm.
Supreme Court who is in his back pocket. The crime is
Absolutely.
coming from the Senate. It's coming from Congress.
Hmm.
That's where the crime is coming from. Y'all are complicit because you are bending the knee and you are giving this man what he wants. You do not give autocrats what they want because they keep coming back for more and they're going to bulldoze over it. Just like
Hmm.
Britt said, when they sent those troops into blue cities to
Hmm.
intimidate, he's got to show he's a strong man. Fascists do stuff like that. And that goes all the way back to Hitler and
Abs-
Mussolini
absolutely. And people were saying,
to
"Oh,
assert
it
their
didn't
power.
start with like bands and this. It like, oh, it didn't start with the concentration camps, guys. It started with this." And then they put the pictures up side by side, and what looked so similar. It's hard. It's heartbreaking, but I lean hard on
Yeah.
my faith that my grandmother, who was born in 1924, raised me to have, who lived through the Great Depression, who
Mm.
lived through the Civil Rights Movement, who became um, the first Black principal in her district, to my mother, who was a part of the first class that integrated her white high school. My mother. So when people want to say, "Oh, slavery was so long ago," y'all keep bringing up slavery. Well, my mother.
They don't want you to talk about that. See, you're removing statues and monuments of slavery. You're trying to erase it and rewrite it to your version of what history is. And we know what that is.
We
General
know
Robert E. Lee, Christopher Columbus, Confederates.
craziness. And slavery one of my podcasts said this. Slavery is white history. How we overcame it is black history. So they can have it. But don't erase the struggle and don't act like it didn't happen. That's the blood stain on your entire country.
Mhm. Westward expansion, it goes all the way back to the westward expansion,
I
Tulsa,
mean,
Oklahoma, where y'all have erased marginalized communities. And we're
Lake
seeing what you're
Lanier,
doing now.
Lake Lanier,
Yep.
Central Park. Those are predominantly black areas.
You going into Chicago, you going into DC. Why are you going into black neighborhoods?
Leave us
There's no
alone.
crime. There's nothing going on.
Leave us alone. And I love when people say, we got to build our own. We got to build our own but we already did that. We've
And they
done that.
came in
And
and
they,
destroyed it.
so we got to continue to build. We cannot give up hope, but we also got to continue to call the truth out. I feel like we got to hold our lawmakers accountable. I need these Democrats. We understand that we're in this two-party system. I need these Democrats to act like they got a new party, just like how these Republicans acting like they got a new party, because this is not the Republicans of my childhood.
It's
This is
not, I
not
can
Colin
tell you it's
Powell.
not Nixon or Bush for sure.
No.
He came and he shook the entire Republican party up. You got you I'ma just say it. He did that. He did his big one. And he
I
came
know.
and he made a fool out of y'all's party.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna need these Democrats. I'm sharing this to my story. Oh, I can't. I don't know how to do it. I'm gonna need them to really, really dig deep and figure out how to change the way they move in this
Because
political
this
system.
right here, and I know where Brit is going, y'all cannot be out here voting to give a white supremacist a holiday. Now they're talking about giving this man a coin. It just was revealed today. I just saw it. Aaron Piranez from Midas Touch Network just said it. You want to give him a statue. You want to put his body up in the Capitol. You want to remember him. And then people who talk about him or critique him, they're losing their jobs. They're getting fired. People have been doxxed.
That's what
So y'all
that's
are
what my
playing
boss said.
dangerous
My boss
games
said that people are losing their jobs.
over
I
a
don't
white
understand.
supremacist, and y'all would vote unanimously with them.
Hmm.
Why didn't y'all
That's
give Melissa Hortman a holiday? Remember her. But see, his birthday is October 14th. When you mentioned George Floyd, that was the first person I thought of because George Floyd's birthday is on October 14th. And if you think that black people are going to memorize this white supremacist, you got another thing coming. We'll remember him
hmm
all right. We'll
yeah.
remember what he said about black women and our brain
Hmm.
power, what he said about black people, Martin Luther King. We'll remember those things. We'll give him a great memory. And we will be celebrating the life and legacy of George Floyd. That's who we'll be remembering.
That's who
And
we'll
Melissa
remember.
Horton. We won't be remembering no Charlie Kirk, no white supremacists. And some of the black churches, pastors, y'all are capitulating and y'all are saying, we need to have, no, we don't need to have honor
No.
for our oppressors. We don't need
What
to have
what
no sort of honor for our oppressors.
what are we bowing down and saying anything? Can't we just be quiet? How about that? How about I don't have anything to say? How about it's not a celebratory day at all? I don't have anything to say about somebody who thought that my existence was less than and that I deserve less in this world. That's it. That's what you I got in a whole argument online with this lady about. I said, this is why I haven't spoken on this. And she was like, I just thought you were better than this, Brittany. How can you not mourn a Christian who believed in Christ?
Oh,
And I said,
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let Britt give her thoughts because y'all already know where I'm going with this. And my colleague Bubs the guy, shout outs to him, did a whole live about it yesterday. Shout outs to Angela Rye. She said what black people were thinking. The only rapture, since we want to talk about y'all, so Christians, y'all are not Christians. Y'all are Pharisees.
woo,
Because if you were Christ-like, you would look at your neighbor, you would turn to your neighbor, and you would not look at their skin color or their gender or their sexuality. You would see a human being. You would have compassion and empathy. And we already know his thoughts on empathy, Charlie Kirk and Elon Musk. We
absolutely.
knew exactly what their thoughts on empathy were. Didn't Elon Musk say empathy was for the weak? And
Yes,
didn't Charlie Kirk say that he didn't believe in empathy? So we don't
absolutely.
need to be giving grace to no white supremacists.
Can I just move on? Is that possible? Why are we honoring people? But it's all a distraction. At the
From
end
the
of the day,
we know what he
same
extracts.
files.
Yep. Oh, he ducking and
But
dodging. They trying to release it. Y'all blocking. Y'all protecting him. Y'all doing everything possible. You want to shut down so you want to have a hearing.
The
to
man,
call
the
the
one that
victims up so that they can speak. But the women got to tell their stories.
the there was like a senator in Tennessee, like a congressman who literally sat on the floor blocking the fire. I mean, we're doing this, to protect President Trump. He said it.
And they get caught on the hot mic. We know he's in the files. That's nothing new. I mean, we
No.
see the pictures of them together.
And if it's not that bad, then just release it. So how bad could
Let
it
us
be if
take a
he
peek.
won't? Because y'all forgive him for everything else. So won't y'all forgive him for this too? Just release
Since
it.
y'all are
Or,
so
or
Christ-like,
right.
y'all are
Or is this
caught up.
something we just
We're
can't come
caught
back
up in the
from?
rapture of Anita Baker. That's the rapture that we were caught up in. We're not caught up in the rapture that y'all are caught on. Y'all think God is going to welcome y'all to heaven after the tyranny and racism that y'all have unleashed on other marginalized groups in this country? That's why it's not happening.
Because I don't want to be up there. It they don't serve the same God I serve. My
They
God is
serve their
merciful.
orange God King, Britt.
Yeah,
They serve their orange God King with those red hats. And I mean, if you go back and you watch that, that wasn't even a memorial service. That was a Nazi rally.
that's
That was
what,
a Klan rally.
as my mother would say, all we can do is pray. But I think there's more to be done. I think we can speak out. I think we can use our art. I think we can use our voices. I think we can raise our children. I think that we can be a better influence in the world, even if that means sometimes taking breaks for self.
Yes.
The group I work with, Black, we're doing our sixth annual toy drive for one of the lower income APS schools in Southwest Atlanta. And those little children depend on us to get there on that day so that some of them, most of them, every one of them, we have toys for, but that could be their only Christmas. And that is how you give back. And that is how I give back. And that is how you build community. And that is how we keep the world going around.
Absolutely. They done cut all the resources that were there helping us.
Absolutely.
Nonprofits, they're attacking nonprofits. But we have to
Absolutely.
continue to do our part. Get involved.
Absolutely.
There's something you can do. Don't feel hopeless or despair because that's what
No.
authoritarian leaders want. They want
One.
you to be fearful. They want
Absolutely.
you to be silent and be
I
beaten
want you
into
to give
submission.
up.
And you cannot do it.
Cannot do
Don't.
it. We're all we have. We're all we have. Miss Steve, I gotta get my kid.
Oh God, I can't keep Britt long, but this conversation was so good. Before we let you go, Britt,
Yes.
any words of encouragement that you would give to our people? Because both of us as Black women, we understood the assignment, and I'm gonna keep saying it to any Black woman who feels as though
Yeah.
I lost. No, you didn't.
No,
You didn't. You
you didn't. I
won.
would
We're on
say
the right side of history.
we are. I would say support Black women, buy from Black women, invest in Black women, invest
Yes,
in the Black family. And now, whatever the Black family means to you, every Black family is valid and every Black family needs to be invested in because we as a community are what's going to take us over this hump. That would be my words.
and I would say to our people, do not
Mm-hmm.
despair, do not fear. Trust
Mm-hmm.
me, the revolution is happening.
Mm-hmm.
And we're seeing a shift. Our ancestors, and I'm gonna make a real quick point, and I'm gonna land the plane and close the show out. Hi, Kimani, with my
I
girl
love
Britt
it.
here. We're gonna talk. I'm gonna give you my number. We can talk more about this, girl. But
Yes.
I'm gonna say this: the ancestors are listening. Do y'all see an atmospheric shift? Because remember, the first part of his regime, that infamous Nottoway plantation that caught fire, the
Mm-hmm.
ancestors
Yes.
are listening. So y'all pay attention to the atmospheric shift. Black
Yeah.
people, we sitting back and observing. Y'all got this. And there is already war brewing amongst them.
Mm-hmm.
that are supporting this man.
Mm-hmm. Let them fight it out. I love that.
Yes, it's brewing. For Marjorie Taylor Greene and Laura Loomer and all of them, they're going at each other's throats trying to get this man's
Mm-hmm.
attention, fighting for this man's attention. He don't care about nobody but himself. But y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn.
They will.
So I'm gonna close the show out with that. Britt, where can they follow you at, girl?
Thank you. I'm at Brit 1T Mini Weather. I'm the only one on the whole Instagram. And please also follow Black BLACT ATL. That's where I do my advocacy work.
All right. Y'all make sure y'all go and support Black women, and make sure y'all go and check out Kamala's new book, 107 Days, that
Yes.
is out right now.
Does she have an
Baby,
audio book?
you would think I need to get a copy of it. I need to get a
I know
copy
I
of
need
it
to get
because
the audio
people,
book so I can listen.
yes. And
Yeah.
she just released a few audio clips on her page. So y'all make sure y'all go and check it out. But I'm going to say this about Kamala. Baby, Kamala is remember when Corinne Stephens gave us the video vixen and she went in detail?
Yes, yes.
Kamala is the Corinne Stephens of the moment right now. She's revealing everything because when she was president, vice president, you have to act with a certain decorum. And that's expected of Black women in any position of power. We're expected
Yeah.
to have a certain level of decorum. But she is giving her real, raw truth. And I am here for
Here
it.
for
Every single interview.
absolutely.
The
I
same
gotta
with
go.
Michelle Obama.
I gotta go
Michelle
read
Obama
it.
said, I skipped the inauguration. I didn't go.
Yeah. So I don't have to be in that place, in that spirit of that room that I want to be in.
Right.
That's my shira. Michelle is my shira.
So don't blame Black women for protecting our peace and being gentle
Please.
to ourselves.
Amen. Oh,
And I'll close the show out on that note.
thank you. Thank you for having me.
You are so welcome, girl. And I'm going to bring you back for my 20th season because I would love to have you back on again.
Please.
Yes.
Please. Let's talk again. This was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank everybody for watching.
You too. Take
Yes.
care.
Have a good one. Bye.